And news from the auto world, and shares of Nissan Motor, they have dropped 4% in early trade today.
Could a truck without a turbo, hybrid, or even a luxury badge really be the most exciting pickup in the US market? That's exactly the question swirling around the 2025 Nissan Frontier, a mid-sized truck that's defying all the trends by staying true to the basics. With a powerful V6 engine, rugged design, and a retro-inspired Hardbody Edition that's turning heads, the Frontier is quietly winning over drivers who want reliability and durability over flashy gimmicks. In a sea of high-tech rivals, this truck's old-school simplicity might just be its secret weapon. And today, we're diving into why it could be the most underrated pickup truck in America. The engine, simple yet unmatched power. Let's kick things off with the core of any truck, the engine. In a world where automakers are rushing towards turbochargers and complex hybrid systems, Nissan took a bold, refreshingly straightforward route with the 2025 Nissan Frontier. This model packs a 3.8-liter V6 engine capable of pumping out a striking 310 horsepower at 6,400 RPMs and 281 lb-ft of torque, 4,400 RPMs. So why is Nissan sticking to this classic approach? The answer lies in what they're not telling us. There's a buzz that Nissan had initially planned a turbocharged engine for this new Frontier, aiming to compete with the likes of Toyota's and Ford's turbocharged models. But allegedly, testing didn't go well. Rumors point to serious concerns about long-term reliability and inconsistent performance with the turbo option. So instead of pursuing risky tech, Nissan chose the V6. It's almost as if they decided to make this a statement: power, reliability, and simplicity over chasing trends. Now, for many truck lovers, this decision is the ultimate win. This V6 is old school in the best way, delivering consistent performance with none of the maintenance headaches that come with turbocharged engines. Plus, with reports of owners clocking over 100,000 miles on this engine without a hitch, Nissan might just be building a reputation for crafting engines that truly stand the test of time. The trusted 9-speed. Let's talk about transmission. Nissan paired its powerful V6 with a 9-speed automatic transmission sourced from ZF. This is a company known for producing reliable, smooth-shifting transmissions, and it's clear that Nissan chose this particular one with intention. For years, Nissan has faced criticism over its CVTs, continuously variable transmissions. They've been called unreliable and annoying to drive by some of the brand's most loyal customers. So for the Frontier, they made a pivotal decision: avoid the CVT altogether. For those who appreciate smooth, steady shifting, this is a game changer. The 9-speed auto isn't just a step up, it's an improvement that addresses past criticisms while enhancing overall drive quality. The result? A truck that handles both highways and rugged terrain with confidence. This transmission isn't just smooth, it's durable, meant to withstand the kind of heavy use expected from a truck in this class. Rumors are circulating, though, that Nissan might still be developing a CVT variant for the Frontier aimed at improving fuel economy. Would that be a smart move? Many enthusiasts are skeptical, claiming that a CVT might ruin what makes the Frontier unique in its class. For now, the 9-speed automatic remains one of the best decisions Nissan has made for this model. A clear win for those who prioritize reliability over trend following. Power without the punch to your wallet. When you look at the 2025 Frontier's fuel economy, you might do a double take. Despite its powerful V6 engine, the Frontier doesn't drain your wallet at the pump. In fact, it boasts an EPA estimated 18 miles per gallon in the city and 24 miles per gallon on the highway for the 2-wheel drive variant, with the numbers dropping only slightly in the 4-wheel drive version. Comparing these numbers to similar trucks on the market makes things even more interesting. The Toyota Tacoma, with its smaller 2.4-liter turbo engine, and the Chevy Colorado with a 2.7-liter turbo is only marginally outperformed the Frontier in terms of fuel economy, and that's where Nissan's move really stands out. Instead of opting for a smaller engine that saves gas but sacrifices power, they've managed to deliver both a big V6 and reasonable fuel economy. What's more, rumors have been floating around that Nissan might be planning a hybrid version of the Frontier to really shake up the market. That would certainly push it ahead of the pack in terms of fuel efficiency. But until we hear Frontier confirmation, the current V6 remains an ideal balance between power and practicality, a rarity among pickups of this size and capability. For drivers who don't want to compromise on power but also don't want a vehicle that guzzles gas like a heavyweight, this engine is an appealing middle ground. This is especially true for those who plan to use the Frontier as both a daily driver and a work truck. It's not every day you see a truck this size with a fuel economy rating that doesn't seem to penalize you for choosing a V6 over a turbo. Nissan is clearly aiming to keep costs down over the lifetime of the truck, a goal many drivers will appreciate. Towing and payload. So let's get down to business. How much muscle does this truck really have? Well, the 2025 Nissan Frontier is rated to tow a solid 6,720 pounds when it's equipped properly, and in terms of payload, this truck can haul up to 1,500 pounds. While these numbers don't shatter records, they firmly position the Frontier as a powerful contender in the midsize truck category. But Nissan went beyond just the raw numbers. They engineered this truck to make towing and hauling as easy and safe as possible, adding features like a standard trailer sway control that keeps the load stable, even on rough or windy roads. And that's not all. The truck bed is outfitted with a spray-in bed liner, thoughtful touches that serious haulers will definitely notice. Here's where it gets interesting. There are hints that Nissan might be working on an even beefier version of the Frontier to compete with the likes of the Ford Ranger Raptor. Imagine a Frontier built specifically for off-road heavy-duty towing and equipped with even more aggressive features. This rumored model, if it becomes a reality, could be a true game changer in the midsize truck market, but as it stands, the 2025 Frontier is designed to handle real-world tasks effortlessly, which sets it apart from models that boast high numbers but struggle to perform under pressure. These functional design elements show that Nissan isn't just thinking about flashy specs, they're prioritizing user experience. The Frontier is a truck that not only promises high numbers, but actually delivers under tough conditions. This isn't about towing for show, it's about designing a truck that performs when it matters. So if you're looking for a practical workhorse, the Frontier doesn't just talk the talk, it walks the walk. Simplicity meets strength. Now let's talk about what makes the 2025 Nissan Frontier stand out visually and functionally. In an era where trucks are overloaded with complex features, Nissan chose to focus on simplicity and purpose. They designed the Frontier to be exactly what a truck should be: rugged, dependable, and no nonsense. It's almost as if Nissan took a look at the overly complex modern truck landscape and decided to do the opposite. The Frontier's exterior features a bold, squared-off design that commands attention. Its prominent grille and sharper LED headlights give it a tough, powerful presence on the road, while slightly curved lines along the body add a touch of sophistication. Unlike some competitors that seem to prioritize flash-over function, Nissan's approach makes the Frontier look modern without sacrificing its rugged charm. One such feature is the spray-in bed liner, which adds both durability and utility, protecting the bed from damage during heavy use. The longer 73-inch bed in the King Cab variant is a standout, particularly because Ford and Chevy have moved away from offering longer beds on their mid-sized models. This design decision has fueled some serious debate. Some critics argue that it's too traditional, while others celebrate Nissan for listening to users who need extended cargo space. And here's where things get interesting. Nissan has included a range of color options, from classic neutrals to bold, eye-catching hues. The paint is reportedly designed to be more resistant to harsh weather, which means it'll maintain its look even through years of wear and tear. This paint durability might seem like a small detail, but for people who use their trucks for heavy-duty tasks, it's a big plus. Overall, Nissan's design philosophy is about functionality first, and that's something not many automakers prioritize anymore. A balance of basics and modern features. Inside the 2025 Frontier, you'll find that Nissan has taken a refreshingly practical approach. The interior is designed to deliver comfort without unnecessary complexity, making it clear that this truck isn't trying to be something it's not. The dashboard is simple and user-friendly, with large, easily accessible buttons and a straightforward layout. However, the Frontier isn't without its creature comforts. You've got the adjustable pedals that allow you to customize your driving position, which is a huge win for drivers of different heights. This might seem like a small feature, but it's rare in this segment. Plus, heated and ventilated seats are available on higher trims, adding a layer of luxury that makes long drives more comfortable. The 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system is another example of Nissan's balanced approach. It's responsive, integrates smoothly with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and offers a Bluetooth connectivity for hands-free calls and music streaming. There's even talk of a 12.3-inch screen on select trims, a feature that aligns it with some of the latest offerings in the market. But here's a detail that's stirring up some controversy: the absence of a digital instrument cluster on lower trims. Nissan made the choice to keep analog displays in the base and mid-level models, which has some fans and critics split. While some argue that digital clusters should be standard across all trims, others feel that analog displays align better with the Frontier's practical no-frills philosophy. This decision reflects Nissan's focus on simplicity, yet it has sparked debates among enthusiasts. The fold-flat rear seats add to the practicality by providing more cargo space when needed. They also maintain Nissan's focus on usability over luxury. Another interesting detail is the available ProPilot Assist system, which includes features like adaptive cruise control and lane keeping assist. This system is typically seen in luxury vehicles, but Nissan has made it available in the Frontier as well, pushing the boundaries of what a midsize truck can offer in terms of safety and tech. Built to conquer more than pavement. For those who love off-road adventures, the 2025 Nissan Frontier is more than ready to tackle rough terrain. Nissan designed this truck to be as capable on rugged trails as it is on city streets. With options like a 4-wheel drive and a robust suspension system, it's built for serious exploration. The Pro X and Pro 4X trims are where the Frontier's off-road abilities really shine. These trims include features like all-terrain tires, Bilstein off-road shocks, and increased ground clearance that allow the truck to handle rugged landscapes. But what's really catching attention is Nissan's decision to stick with a rear-wheel drive option, even on higher trims, for those who prioritize the experience of traditional driving dynamics. One of the most intriguing rumors swirling around the Frontier is that Nissan is reportedly testing a version specifically engineered for extreme off-road capabilities, aiming to compete directly with off-road legends like the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro and the Ford Ranger Raptor. If true, this move could put Nissan on the map for hardcore off-road enthusiasts. While details are still under wraps, insiders claim this model would feature enhanced shocks, skid plates, and possibly even locking differentials to handle the toughest trails. Until then, the Pro 4X trim remains Nissan's flagship off-road variant, equipped with everything you need for challenging terrains. The trim includes hill descent control, which regulates speed on steep declines, and hill start assist to prevent rollback when you're starting on an incline. These features are particularly helpful for drivers who might be new to off-roading but want a truck that can handle tough spots with confidence. Another unique feature is Nissan's around view monitors with off-road mode. This system provides a 360-degree view of the truck's surroundings, which is especially useful for navigating tight trails or rocky paths where visibility might be compromised. Many off-roaders find this feature invaluable as it reduces the need for a spotter and gives drivers more control over their environment. It's clear that Nissan didn't just slap on a few off-road badges. They engineered the Frontier to actually perform in challenging settings. Nissan's choice to maintain a rear-wheel drive and manual mode options also appeals to the traditionalists who prefer a truck that provides a pure driving experience. It's a deliberate choice that makes the Frontier stand out in a segment where many trucks are opting for advanced all-wheel drive systems. This blend of modern tech and classic truck functionality is part of what makes the 2025 Frontier so unique in the midsize segment. ProPilot Assist and more. When it comes to safety, Nissan didn't hold back with the 2025 Frontier. It's clear that they're setting a new standard in the midsize truck category by incorporating some of the most advanced safety technology available. Nissan's ProPilot Assist suite is included in the Frontier, a feature set often reserved for high-end vehicles. ProPilot Assist integrates an adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and automatic emergency braking, essentially giving drivers an extra set of eyes on the road. Break down why ProPilot Assist matters. Adaptive Cruise Control automatically adjusts the truck's speed to maintain a safe following distance, which is incredibly useful during long highway drives. Lane Keeping Assist helps the truck stay centered in its lane, reducing driver fatigue on extended trips. And then there's automatic emergency braking, which can detect obstacles ahead and slow or stop the vehicle if the driver doesn't react in time. One unique aspect of the 2025 Frontier safety setup is the tire pressure monitoring system. Unlike traditional systems that only alert you when tire pressure is dangerously low, this one offers more detailed monitoring, keeping you informed about each tire's condition. This is especially beneficial for off-road enthusiasts who frequently change tire pressure to handle different terrains. Add to that the rear view and surround view cameras, which make tight parking and tricky off-road maneuvers much easier. Nissan's approach to safety feels genuinely functional, even if it's stirring up debate over what the Frontier should be. There's even been some speculation that Nissan might integrate new technology, like automatic trailer connection detection, to make towing even safer and easier. If true, this would push the Frontier further up the innovation ladder in terms of safety. As it stands, the 2025 Frontier's safety features show Nissan's commitment to a future where trucks offer protection and peace of mind without sacrificing performance. Tech and infotainment, just enough, not overdone. The tech into the 2025 Nissan Frontier strikes a middle ground, providing enough features to satisfy modern drivers without overwhelming them with unnecessary gadgets. At the center of the Frontier's tech setup is the 9-inch infotainment touchscreen, which is responsive and features Apple CarPlay and Android Auto for seamless smartphone integration. This touchscreen, available on most trims, is quick and intuitive, a notable improvement over previous Nissan models that sometimes lagged behind in infotainment quality. Rumor has it that Nissan has been exploring a few additional tech options to add in future updates. One such rumor is about an advanced voice command system that could allow drivers to control more vehicle settings hands-free, like adjusting climate or navigation. This system could even feature customizable profiles where the Frontier remembers a driver's preferences, from seat adjustments to favorite radio stations. If Nissan rolls this out, it could place the Frontier a step above its competitors in terms of driver-friendly technology. One of the most discussed features is the available 12.3-inch screen on higher trims. This larger screen doesn't just add size, it adds clarity and customization options. Drivers can adjust the layout to prioritize the info they care about most, from GPS navigation to music settings. It's a feature that's already standard in the Nissan Rogue, and by bringing it to the Frontier, Nissan is clearly pushing its midsize truck toward a more premium feel. The infotainment system's practicality shines in its ability to accommodate both on and off-road needs. For instance, it includes the Bluetooth connectivity, navigation options, and even hands-free calling and capabilities that keep your attention on the road. But Nissan kept things straightforward. There aren't an overwhelming number of menus or unnecessary apps. This is a truck that caters to drivers who want a touch of modern tech without sacrificing the simplicity they're used to. Pricing and trim options. Pricing is where Nissan truly shakes up the midsize truck landscape with the 2025 Frontier, starting under $32,000 for the base of Frontier S model. Nissan has positioned this truck to be competitive against its rivals like the Toyota Tacoma and Ford Ranger. What's interesting though is the variety of trims and options available, each one designed to cater to different types of drivers without requiring them to stretch their budget too far. At the base level, the Frontier S is a back-to-basics truck with only the essentials. This trim appeals to purists who want a straightforward, affordable truck that performs well without the extras. Nissan managed to keep costs low without sacrificing durability or core features. At the same time, they avoided overcrowding the base model with add-ons, which helps it stand out as an economical choice. Stepping up to the SV trim for an additional $2,000 brings a little more flair without breaking the bank. You get the alloy wheels, a fully painted body, and a wider range of color options. For drivers who want a bit more style and a smoother driving experience, the SV is a solid choice. This trim strikes a balance between affordability and a touch of polish, giving buyers the option to add some modern touches without straying too far from the Frontier's utilitarian roots. Then there's the SL trim at around $41,000, which adds a layer of comfort and tech enhancements. It's aimed at buyers who want more from their truck in terms of style and convenience. In this trim, you get more advanced tech features, including the 12.3-inch display, leather seating options, and an upgraded sound system. This is the version that pulls the Frontier slightly into premium territory, bridging the gap between utility and a more refined driving experience. But for those who are all about adventure, the Pro X and the Pro 4X trims are where things get exciting. The Pro X is geared toward off-road enthusiasts and comes with a lifted ride height, bigger wheels, and rugged styling. At around that $42,000, the Pro 4X adds all-wheel drive capabilities, making it the ultimate choice for anyone planning serious off-road excursions. These trims are packed with off-road features, including enhanced suspension, skid plates, and the around view monitor to assist with rougher terrains. The most unique trim, however, has to be the Hardbody Edition. Inspired by the iconic Nissan trucks of the 80s, this trim combines retro aesthetics with modern functionality. It features 17-inch wheels, all-terrain tires, and nostalgia-inspired decals that pay homage to Nissan's storied truck heritage. Available only on the SV Crew Cab 4x4, this edition costs an additional $3,890, bringing the starting price of this special model to around $41,250. Ready for heavy-duty work? When it comes to towing and hauling capabilities, the 2025 Nissan Frontier steps up as a true contender in the midsize truck category. This truck isn't just about numbers, it's about delivering reliable, real-world performance for those who need to tow trailers, boats, or haul heavy gear. Nissan has packed the Frontier with features and specifications designed for durability and practicality, making it a workhorse that doesn't buckle under pressure. With a towing capacity of 6,720 pounds when properly equipped, the Frontier can take on demanding tasks that many trucks in this segment struggle with. The payload capacity reaches 1,500 pounds, which means this truck isn't just for the weekend DIYer. It's built for professionals and adventure seekers who need serious hauling power. However, Nissan's engineering goes beyond just raw towing numbers. They've incorporated features like the trailer sway control to enhance stability, which helps keep trailers steady on highways or rough roads. This feature is especially important for drivers who frequently tow large loads, as it reduces the chance of fishtailing or destabilization, creating a safer, more predictable towing experience. Plus, with the hill start assist and the hill descent control, the Frontier proves it's built for tackling rugged landscapes as well as urban routes. It's worth noting that the spray-in bed liner and utility-track channel system with adjustable tie-downs add extra utility to the truck bed, making the Frontier a more versatile tool for hauling. These features are thoughtfully designed to accommodate a variety of load sizes and types. For anyone looking for a mid-sized truck that combines strength with stability, the Frontier is a top choice that delivers genuine towing and hauling muscle. Unique styling in the Hardbody Edition, a nod to the past. In terms of styling, the 2025 Frontier is unmistakable with a bold and rugged design that stands out on the road. While some truck makers have softened their designs to appeal to urban buyers, Nissan has taken a different route, embracing a distinctly rugged look that speaks to the Frontier's heritage as a durable, no-nonsense truck. The squared-off grille, sleek LED headlights, and muscular lines along the body give it a look that's both modern and timeless. But Nissan didn't just stop at a modern look, they introduced a Hardbody Edition. The Hardbody Edition is packed with features that harken back to that era, including the 17-inch retro-inspired wheels, all-terrain tires, nostalgia decals, and black trim that all evoke a sense of classic truck style. The Hardbody Edition also includes mud flaps and a sports bar, adding to its rugged, off-road ready appearance. It's designed to attract multi-generational buyers, from those who remember the original Hardbody to a new generation that appreciates retro aesthetics mixed with modern functionality. The inside of the Hardbody Edition keeps it simple, with a focus on utility and function rather than flashy tech-heavy features. The battle for the midsize truck segment. Nissan's 2025 Frontier is stepping into an increasingly competitive midsize truck market, where models like the Toyota Tacoma, Ford Ranger, Chevy Colorado, and Jeep Gladiator all vie for dominance. The Frontier has a unique place in this field, bridging a gap between old-school truck simplicity and the modern demands of today's drivers. Nissan's approach is straightforward: deliver a reliable, capable truck without overloading it with unnecessary features that could drive up costs or compromise its rugged appeal. One area where the Frontier directly competes with these other trucks is in off-road capability. Toyota's Tacoma, particularly its TRD Pro variant, has long been seen as the go-to midsize off-roader with its tough shocks and rock-crawling prowess. But the Frontier's Pro 4X trim is proving to be a serious competitor, offering off-road shocks, all-terrain tires, and skid plates that enable it to tackle rough trails with ease. Not to mention, Nissan's around view monitor with off-road mode is a feature that gives it a technological edge in maneuvering tight spots. Another key rival, the Ford Ranger, is often seen as the muscle of the bunch with its turbocharged engine that delivers impressive horsepower and torque. The Ranger's performance is particularly strong on the pavement, making it a top choice for those who prioritize speed and handling. However, the Ranger's ride is sometimes criticized for being too stiff, especially on highways, and its cabin can be noisy at high speeds. By comparison, the Frontier's ride is more balanced, offering a smoother drive without sacrificing power. Then there's the Chevy Colorado, which brings a well-rounded package